All right, let's dive into something that, well, so many of us deal with, the heavy weight of debt. But we're going to look at it from a completely different angle. We're drawing on a Buddhist teaching that offers a pretty unique path, not just to freedom, but to real prosperity. So let's see how some ancient wisdom might just hold the solution to one of our biggest modern problems.
It all starts right here with this simple, honest admission. We have debt. We want to be free of debt. I mean, that feeling just resonates so deeply, doesn't it? It's that thought that's always kind of buzzing in the back of your mind. So this is our starting point, that powerful, universal desire to just break free.
And this desire isn't just about paying off the bills and getting back to zero. It's about aspiring to something more, right? A life with some breathing room, some security, maybe even abundance. And this teaching totally gets that. It sees it as a perfectly valid goal. The big question, of course, is how in the world do you get there? Now, what's really fascinating about this whole approach is its core logic. It's all rooted in a super simple principle, cause and effect. If you want a specific result, in this case, getting wealthy, you can't just sit around and wish for it. You have to get active and actually create the conditions that lead to it.
So, if prosperity is the effect we're after, then what's the cause? Well, according to this teaching, the direct cause of wealth, the very thing that plants the seed for future prosperity, is the act of giving. I know, that probably sounds completely backwards, especially when you feel like you've got nothing to spare, but stick with me here. The original text gives these really classic physical examples of giving. Things like rice, water, cloth, a place to stay. These aren't just random items. You see, they represent the absolute basic necessities for life. This is the traditional way of understanding how you plant those seeds for your own future wealth. But that, of course, immediately brings up the single most important question in all of this. It's the question I'm pretty sure is on your mind right now. What happens when you're the one who's in need? When you feel like you have absolutely nothing to offer? This is the heart of the matter, right? You're in debt, you're struggling to make ends meet, and the advice you're getting is to give stuff away. It feels like a total paradox. So what's the answer when your pockets are empty, but your will to change things is strong? Well, this is where the teaching introduces a really powerful idea, the Mahatana, or the supreme gift. And this is brilliant because it points to a much deeper truth, that the most powerful kind of giving doesn't actually require any money or possessions at all. And here it is. The supreme gift, the most powerful cause you can possibly create for your own prosperity, is simply to observe the precepts, to live an ethical, upright life. Think about it. This is something absolutely anyone can do, no matter what their bank account looks like. It's a form of giving that costs you nothing but offers you everything in return. So, how do you put this into practice? It boils down to a very practical two-step path. First, you commit to the 5 basic precepts. Simple ethical guides like not harming, not stealing, being honest. This cleans up your actions. And second, you meditate. Now, the text makes a really key point here. While other actions plant seeds for the future, meditation is something that gives you results right here and now. It brings you that clarity and peace when you need it most.
But these two things, ethics and meditation, they don't just exist on their own. They're actually the foundation of a complete 5-part framework that's designed to totally transform your life from the inside out.
So here's the full toolkit. It starts with sadha, which is faith in this path. Then you have sila, the precepts we just talked about. That's your ethical foundation. Next is sutta, which means learning, really taking in the teaching so you get the why behind it all. Then comes chaga, which is that spirit of generosity we started with. And finally, all of this builds up to panya, or wisdom, the ability to see things clearly and make much better choices. See? Together, they create a whole system for growth. At the end of the day, to really go down a path like this, you've got to have a solid foundation of trust. You need to have confidence that the guidance you're following can actually see you through all of life's challenges, whether they're financial or something else entirely. And the Source offers this final piece of encouragement. It's basically saying, have faith that this wisdom has you covered on all fronts. The practical, worldly problems like being in debt, and the deeper spiritual ones too. It's a truly holistic solution. So the big idea we're left with is this. If creating a new future really starts with creating a new cause today, and if the most powerful causes are totally free and available to you right now, then how can your life begin to improve step by step, starting at this very moment?